What's going on, everybody? It's Milrow back with day 6 of the Legacy playthrough here. As you can see, I've been a little busy overnight. I did my stone axe crafting as per usual, and well, I decided to make some frames and spend a little bit of the morning to get some more building done. I'm fresh out of wood though, so I had to collect some wood at some point today and have a little bit of building segment again. I do apologize for that, but got a Horde night coming up. I'm like, well, I would like to at least have a somewhat of a base going. So I figure, besides we gotta get the old construction tools leveled up. I have to do it somehow. And I figure we just break into the Shamway foods next door, so it doesn't take too long for us to break through with the old iron pickaxe. I'll just turn on the light, and because obviously power doesn't exist in the zombie apocalypse, except for the mythical lights that want to be powered. I think we might wind up taking a trip over to Trader Bob today, so see what he has in stock before he decides to restock tomorrow. Because I'm pretty sure the trader restocks are identical. That shopping basket is is worth like $100. That's pretty good to me. I forgot to mention that I did look at my parts overnight, and we have a pistol, and I have over 100 rounds of ammunition for it. To be honest, though, with the old 9mm, because ammo is actually pretty precious on this version of 7 days. It's like, I'm only going to be really using the 9mm as a way to fend off dogs. There's a meat stew. That's actually really good. So in the last episode I was farming, I was explaining, like, you want to farm to get some of the best foods. This is one of them. Meat stew. It gives that 1.6 wellness. That's generally like one of the best overall foods to have to get some good wellness. I don't know if we gained a wellness point though from it. We got some polymer, well, plastic. Well, it will become polymer later, so according to the fun pimps, get me out of there. And yeah, if I could just kind of like, even though Shamway is not the most exciting raid to kind of take a look at, yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea to go through. Check you for cash. Make sure I check around for this. Thank you very much. Probably gonna grab my paper. And so, not a one over here. We'll check the bathrooms, of course, to make sure everything's good in here. Level 45 wrench, that's pretty nice. A little bit of water. And one thing I forgot about this version that kind of became nice first advantage there. As I was saying though, kind of became less of a thing later on was in order to make glue, you have to have murky water rather than clean water. It was like, it's one of those things like from the older versions, like that just kind of went out of style, and it's like, it's kind of unusual, but it's just like, I completely forgot about that. So it's like murky water actually, aside from being just a, piece of, something to boil into water, no, it was actually used to make glue. It's just like literally one bottle of murky water and a bone to make glue for us. So I was like, oh, let me just boil all this water down for glue, and it's like, nope, never mind. Actually, don't have it. Blueberry pie, that's pretty nice. And we'll just kind of continue breaking in through here. Hopefully everything goes well. Grab you. Nothing. I'm not even gonna... I'm of course gonna drop the sham sandwiches once I get out of here, so... There you go. See about... Well, we're building up a decent honey stash. It seems like, at least in the old version, the honey is a bit easier to find. Like, I know, like, some people probably argue, like, me being crazy or something like that, but just like, no, it's like, I swear, it just didn't feel like as much of a pain to find on this version. Like, kind of felt like it found it fairly often, but it wasn't like, raining honey. So, it's just kind of one of those, it's like, it kind of felt, I always kind of felt it was a pain to have to go looking through the forest on the modern version to find find a jar of honey out of a random tree stump. It's like, I get it, kind of makes sense to find it, but it's just like, I would kind of dreaded that, so I'm gonna get my stuff gathered up for the trader, and I'm gonna run over there, and we'll see what he has. Well, we are coming up to Trader Bob's, and ironically enough, we got some food running away from us. So we're just gonna take this piggy and just. I think they left the door open. Well, that's actually bad practice on this version of 7 Days because that piggy, we'll just leave him alone for now. So. Because apparently, from what I remember hearing about, like, there's a bug on this version, or a glitch, where, hi Bob, where if you leave the trader door open, it can possibly bug the trader out, so.
Welcome, survivor. Feel free to look around.
Will do, sir. We'll start selling you paper. Barter is now level 8, so. Let you have that. And sell some brass to you, because make it a little bit nicer to sell off to you, and we'll take that. And barter's now level 9, you can have that. And you can have that there, brother. Then we'll just sell the plastic off. Price just went up a little bit to 11 from 10. That makes a bit of a difference there. And then we're over 1200 dukes, so sell the shopping basket off. We can sell that off to you. Sweatshirt, you can have that. Then you can have the shopping basket there. These leather dusters, they now sell for 300, basically 330 bucks a pop. The puffer coat sells for like 300, almost 300. So now it's selling for 300. There you go. And I was harvesting some wood on the way over, so you do restock tomorrow. In fact, sold you a lot of paper. You have a whole bunch of ears of corn. You have a meat stew. Cornmeal wouldn't be too bad, actually. You got some armor. Night vision goggles we are not going to take because they are horrible, to be honest. Not much there. Not much in your secret stash. You do... Oh, you actually have a herbal antibiotics recipe, which that's actually pretty rare in the game, so not too concerned about, though. The hunting rifle I would consider buying, but we only have 2,500 bucks, and that's like 11,000. So, is there anything I really want from you? Not really, Bob. You're really giving me a bunch of crap. Yeah, sorry, Bob. I'm not gonna take this stuff from you. It's like I would buy it, but
It's been a real pleasure. You watch yourself out there.
Likewise, Bob. It's just kind of like, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna leave him alone. It's like if he has something good, I'll buy from him. I really don't plan on making too many trips to the trader. The body despawned because on the protected. Let's go explore a little bit around here, see what there might be for stuff. That reinforced steel upgrade, like that you see in there, it's like the reason why it's like I mean, I've explained it before. It's basically the highest upgrade you can get in the game for a block. The thing is, like, about that is, you have pretty much it's almost not even worth it to really upgrade it because it's a, it's super expensive to buy for the traders, and sometimes they don't even stock it on restock. And it takes a whopping 10 of those bottles of reinforced steel upgrade. See, Wasteland, and looks like, at least on this version, it's pretty easy to tell which biome's which. But it's just like, it takes 10 to upgrade 1 to, after you go through, like, either cobblestone, then 2 levels of concrete, and then a level of steel, and then it's like, it's just almost not even worth buying the stuff. It's like, it's super strong once you get it upgraded, but it's just like 10 per block is just absolutely ridiculous for it. And like another thing that is really annoying, so there's no painting on this version of 7 Days, and at all, and like pretty much if you want to make a nice base, like have it kind of looking nice with some reinforced steel blocks. If you even hit the block with your fist, it gets a very noticeable scratch, and it's just like it becomes a real pain in the booty. It's just like it's kind of was like if you want it for aesthetics, it's kind of like what's even the point if it gets scratched after like a zombie breathing on it. It's just like it's honestly a double-edged sword, we'll say. I can't tell if that's the wasteland or if that's the map boundary. I said it looks like the wasteland, which don't get me wrong, it's like that is wasteland for sure, but it's like there's 2 different wastelands in this game. There's the regular wasteland biome, and then there's the radiated wasteland, which is the border of the map. Basically, it acts as a death barrier. So, and like you can tell if it's the radiated wasteland by patches of green where you're closer to it, and all that. So, but we got 2 Mikeys. Come here. There you go. Knock you out. And it's just kind of it's just. So it's like we could be close to the edge of the map, or we could be somewhere else entirely. It doesn't look like exactly it's the edge of the map because I can see snow up there. So no, I don't think so. And one thing I do want to mention is while I'm thinking about it, so this is, if you look at my map coordinates, it's right next to the numbers beside the bed, my little target here. That's kind of where it shows, so basically, like, I'm going to try to show you guys what, kind of like, a little trick on this one that is very well known at this point. So basically, you want to go to, it's the 0, 0. It's basically like this crease on the map. So basically what the whole thing is like, there is, on this version, and like a lot of the older versions, like, for a long time, it was not the, it used to be that you would have a town or a city at the center of the map. And it's called, it would be what we call Hub City. And so basically, the whole thing of it was, because Hub Cities are very special, because they have 2 They have two of every store aside from poppin' pills. From what I've seen, I've never seen them. From what I remember, I've never seen them spawn poppin' pill stores in. I've only ever seen poppin' pills spawn in on like maybe intersections or like regular towns. But it's just like you basically have two tool stores, two gun stores, two bookstores, and then you have also buildings that only spawn there, like apartment buildings, which are they're basically like someone said like they've seen like someone said a while back like they remember seeing the apartment buildings in outside of Hub City, which I was like I was very skeptical of because it's like I've only ever seen them. I think it's pretty much one of those. It's like you'll ever see them. I'm not doubting. I'm not saying like it can't happen, but it's just like it's like I played this game a fair bit, and it's just I've only seen the apartment buildings in Hub City. They might have been thinking of a POI called Ostrich Hotel, which is in the modern 7 days, but got turned into a tier 5. And it's like they might have been confusing Ostrich Hotel for the apartment complexes, which is understandable. It's like because they do look kind of similar, and the Ostrich Hotel can kind of be mistaken for an apartment building because it has kind of that shape to it. Holy, 3 eggs out of there. That is not, you don't find that very often. And keep in mind, I don't even have 200% loot on. Like, I don't even have, like, double loot on. I'm just running 100% loot. It's like, sometimes, like, can find 2 eggs, but that's the first time in a bit I've seen 3 eggs. But anyways, I'm going to head back to home, and on the way I'm going to collect some wood, and then probably do a little bit of construction, so I'll meet you back there. Alright, so I'm back to home here. Just gonna do some talking here while I upgrade, see how many levels we get. I made sure to put my iron away, to, just so I don't have to worry about accidentally upgrading stuff I don't want to. Basically broke my iron fire axe, and it's got a little bit of durability left, but it's not that big of a deal. I can just make a brand new one at a higher quality, especially since I did some nerd crafting overnight. Why is there a nurse here? Hang on. I'm stunned. Damn, why'd you have to come over here? Yeah, I made sure to get like over 3,000 wood. We're just gonna take this painkiller here. I was gonna drain my thirst a little bit, but it's fine. I did find off a zombie, and this is what I was talking about like in the other episode when I was saying like zombies can have some really good loot. They dropped me a full pistol. And here's something that's really cool that I like about this version. When you find full weapons, especially off of zombies, if you find full weapons, they actually come loaded with ammunition. So I have under 12 in my reserve, and I also have a magazine loaded into my current pistol, so just watch. There you go. Right off the screen there. And the cool thing about the weapon assembly system is it's like you can actually use weapon parts like if you have like all the schematics and everything. Say you have like a whole bunch of shotgun and hunting rifle parts, you can just assemble them and save space that way. And then like just disassemble them when you get home, and like then just merge everything to be higher levels. So we're up to level 16 now on our old construction tool levels, so slowly making progress. Well, actually making progress pretty quickly. Just hoping that this all goes over well. And we'll just do that. Yeah, I'd made these supports on the center here just to make sure that I had just to make sure that things didn't go awry with collapsing, because if you know on the modern version of 7 Days, you'd have kind of like the green outline and everything like that, and like yellow and all that, and then pink for when it's about to collapse. We don't have that on this version. So it's like, basically have to kind of go off the, like, what you know, and it's like, actually, like, it's fairly easy, but, because they tell you in the menu about, like, the blocks and everything. So it's basically like you have, like, max load, which is, in this case with a wood frame, 40. Wood blocks, I believe, all have 40. And then, like, the mass, so basically, you can go about 8 blocks out before having to support it. So it's just kind of one of those deals of having, just kind of keeping in mind, like, doing, your stuff and all that. Up to level 18. Maybe we might actually get to level 20 and be able to purchase our workbench stuff here. So that's nice. It's like, really, it just like, the workbench just kind of unlocks, some other stuff. I think it actually unlocks, like, that you have to craft the, steel tools in the workbench itself, so it's kind of a little bit thing there, and I think it's also where you have to craft all the mini-bike parts. And, I would look up the recipes for you guys, show them to you, but unfortunately we don't have that luxury in this version, because that was the thing that came long after this. Level 19, we are definitely getting level 20. Get you upgraded, and should just kind of keep going. Here, on like the support, we should get it. And hope, come on, pop level 20 for me. You should pop up here pretty quick. And come on, I know you're. Yep, there we are. There is our level for construction tools for workbench. We still have to get to 40 for the steel stuff, but I digress. At least we've made the progress here. I know it's getting close to nighttime. I know it's a little bit boring, but hey, you gotta have this done. Hopefully I don't run out of wood beforehand, so get you, and I do love this upgrade speed, being able to just kind of boop, boop, boop. The nail gun is actually ridiculous on this version of 7 Days, because they give it like a really, it's basically like a machine gun in terms of how fast it upgrades. Just making sure that I'm not missing any blocks, because any blocks are good blocks for the construction tool XP. I think if you get into like concrete and everything like that, you get really high into the, you get a lot of XP for doing it. There you go, so that's pretty much good there. One thing we will do is, let's do ladders, and pretty much this will be our fighting platform. I always made sure to kind of try to not give zombies a way up, so I can only craft like 14 ladders, but that'll work. Miscellaneous crafting level up. I don't think they can get up like this, but we can still do it. I know this version can be a little bit weird about ladders, how you interact with them as the player. Sometimes like they'll work, and then other times they'll just kind of they'll just refuse to work. That missing a section there. Hang on. Let's get a branch here and just make that. Try to at least get this a bit more functional. So like I said, getting close to nighttime, but it's alright. I know I'm kind of putting my face in the wall here, but come on. Put it up there. Thank you. See, I'd say overall pretty good day, pretty relaxed, but, make good progress on the Horde base, and, before we get too out of hand, let's go to tools and let's unlock the workbench. Bada bing, bada boom. And we got our... Just take care of that. Workbench will be at the end of this. So, workbench required... This is something that changed later on, but it's like, workbench, this version requires 25 forged iron, 20 mechanical parts, a wrench, and a claw hammer. So it's like pretty much if you want to make your own wrenches, you have to have a wrench to sacrifice to the workbench. Along the claw hammer's easy because that's unlocked from the start. Pretty much you have to get lucky with either the schematic or, well, you have to get lucky out of the sink in order to do that. It's interesting like that. I'm going to call this episode here as the nighttime goes, and if you made this far, you like what you see, do please leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. Helps the channel oh so much. Do turn on notifications so you don't miss a video from me. And we'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a great day.